Okay, so going live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining today. I'm going to, in a moment, post the Zoom link for everyone on YouTube to join if you would like. And this is actually the last week. I'm going to use this format to share this transmission. It will still be live streamed, though we're going to change up how things work. All right. Cool. Thanks for joining today, everybody. My name is Dante. I channel the Pleiadian Council, and I've been working with them for the past 7 years. They are an interdimensional consciousness that supports us with our ascension channeling, works with connecting to these multidimensional energies or guides. Here, I probably don't need to explain the basics of it. So you can join in the Zoom and ask your questions. This is the last time for a while. I'll say I'm going to be changing the format, and I made a video I released on the YouTube page explaining why. And you can look there to see more details, though essentially in the sense that it's for the stream, it will allow for a higher quality content to come through as people will really consider in a deeper way the questions that they're asking and not bring questions that are not as relevant, as well as they'll listen deeply to the answers. And so we'll get a much better stream for everyone to watch, and it'll also support me in the process as it takes quite a lot of energy to channel and also to do all of the weekly things involved in getting this information out there to people. So I really appreciate that you understand. And I'm going into a silent meditation retreat on Friday for 10 days. So we won't have the stream for about 2 weeks. And then I'll return. And I'm going to be picking a different day for the stream, I believe. It's good to change it up every once in a while. There was some feedback that people might prefer weekends as it's a time that they have off, as this is happening midday for people in North America. Not many people can attend who are working a normal job schedule. So maybe we'll change to weekends. What I'm going to do is post a poll and ask the audience what day is best for you, what day of the week is going to work better for you. And yeah, we'll pick it up once again in a few weeks, and then there's going to be a donation required before you get this access to the Zoom link. It will be $13 if you share this post, share the information about this session to your social media platforms, and it will be 27 if you join without sharing that. And that way there's an option for people who maybe can't afford as much and they're still supporting the stream. Thanks a lot for understanding. If you're here in the Zoom today, make sure that you're muted when you're not speaking. And as well, just to mention, my website, dantestarshine.com, is where you can book sessions and join the channeling course that's enrolling for a new group. When we get about 4 people committed, we'll pick a date and we'll launch it. And also, if you're interested in channeling and this work, have a book that I've released last year, or it's a little longer than that now. So all of the information can be found here, channeling course, and the guidebooks Living Love on Earth. And book a session /contact has all the information. about how to set up a session. I'll be away for 2 weeks and I'll return after that time. And also, you can donate to support these freely shared sessions. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I think that's all for today. So I will tune in now and let you connect with the Pleiadian Council. When we say good day to you at this moment of your time, we thank you for allowing this transmission to take place, as it is a gift to us to get to experience your reality, and both you and ourselves get to expand in our deeper understanding of all that is in source through the reflections we offer each other. And for this, we are deeply appreciative, and we hope you are as well. So, we would like to begin with an opening message, and hope that this finds you well today. We want to share today about how to maintain a high vibration and some misconceptions that you have about maintaining a high vibration. The misconceptions being that if you maintain a high vibration, you are happy and brilliant all the time, 100% of the time. And it is indeed true that by raising your vibration, you will be in a more positive and aligned state more of the time. Though the way that you think you are supposed to get there is different than some of you think it is. Many of you have learned different beliefs, you've learned different techniques perhaps about how to return to a clear state. And many of these are useful, though sometimes if you are not honoring of the experience that you are having, and you are not allowing for the emotions that are coming to rise to be expressed and to be felt in the moment, what you're doing is actually suppressing your life force energy, and you are creating a disbalanced state because you're not allowing your full expression to be. Remember, the purpose of existence is to be who you are. And this does not mean be the best version of yourself. The idea of being who you are means that you are already the best version of yourself. And that doesn't mean do not work on changing and bettering yourself, but it means that in the state that you presently are, you need to honor the person you are, the way that you feel, what you think, and what you believe. Because if you are not transparent to yourself and willing to be honest with yourself, those changes involved in the process of bettering yourself and evolving can't happen. So, by instead of holding back what you feel when something challenging happens, give yourself the space to release your resistance to what you're feeling and expand into a feeling of compassion for yourself, as it is this feeling of compassion that leads you to stay in a more continuous state of equilibrium. And equilibrium is your true nature. Your body is designed and meant to be in a state of balance and ease naturally. You fall out of equilibrium when you attempt to find ways to make who you are and what you're feeling wrong. And many of you do this with eating too much or eating things that carry a heavy energy. You do it with psychoactive substances. You do it with the programming and entertainment that you watch. You use these things to take yourself away from what you're feeling. And this isn't to say that this is wrong to use these things, but when you do it as a way to distract from your true inner being, it will not allow you to come back into balance on your own. And so the more comfortable you become with the being you are and how you are feeling in the moment, the easier you will recover from and adapt to the experiences you're having and find that state of balance once again. The more you try to disown or disguise what you're feeling, the more difficult it will be to find that state of equilibrium. And the more you will come to rely on something outside of yourself in order to do so. In our world, we don't have the duality that you experience in your world. This experience of positive and negative emotions is not something that is privy to us. There are other worlds that are in a state of evolution between your world and our world. Some of these beings you could consider as the hybrids. They are becoming less dense. They're at a higher point in evolution than you are, but they're not quite at the level of other beings. And how they experience reality is that they are mostly in positive states. However, the young infants and children still experience emotional outbursts. They haven't fully gone beyond this experience that is innately part of having a physical body. And they learn how to manage these outbursts very easily because nobody reacts to them. No one in their world reacts to children and babies crying. It does not bother them. It does not bring them down. It does not interfere with their process. And because these children grow up in a way where they are not made wrong for the experiences of emotions that they're having, they start to have a positive relationship with their emotions. And they still have peaks and valleys to their emotional experience. They still have what you might consider negative emotions, yet they rebound from them very quickly so that it does not cause the ongoing experiences that occur in your world, like depression, anxiety, and the other sorts of mental health disorders, as you call them. What these really are is a chronic state of disowning one's true self. And this so often happens because no one taught those who experience these sorts of things that it was okay to feel what they were feeling. As you say in this your world, yes, this too shall pass. And this is the essence of this understanding. This too will pass. So you need to learn how to allow it to pass. And in doing so, you don't become a human that is totally immune to the ups and downs of life, but as they come, they don't really phase you. They don't interrupt your focus on whatever it is you want to focus on. And this allows you to be more steadfast in your focus on what excites you and what brings you joy. So, yes, in this sense, it does make you a more loving, joyous, and happy being. But it doesn't mean that you get there by only allowing positive emotions to be expressed through your being. It doesn't mean that you never allow yourself to say anything negative. It doesn't mean that you do hoops and tricks with your mind to ensure that you only think positive things. It means that you become curious about why you're feeling, thinking, and saying what you are, and adapt to the course of events with compassion, not with a controlled way, but with an open and loving way, as this way will allow for the clearest transformation to take place. As when you attempt to force your control onto anything, including the components of your own mind, you will inevitably lose that control in a way that is not very glamorous. So we thank you for allowing us to share this message with you at this moment of your time, and we ask, in which ways can we be of support to you with your questions and curiosities at this time?
Good day to you.
Oh, yes, good day to you as well.
May I please request a quick body/chakra scan?
All right, yes.
Thank you.
We see something happening with your large intestine and lungs. Part of this is related to a worry and some degree of unprocessed sadness. There's a connection that you're seeking that you don't allow yourself to own or get in touch with.
Hmm. Okay, heard. Thank you.
Something more you would like to inquire about this?
Well, um, I'm having some frustrations with my computer and endeavoring to shoot my arrow toward a new job that may be art related. And I'm experiencing just a little bit of frustration with myself and not quite knowing whether I'm to walk myself to somewhere and appear and say I want to work with you, or
There's other solutions.
mm,
Perhaps you may visit a library to use their computer to submit some job applications. And in this way, it's not as daunting of a task because it's something that you have to physically leave your home to do. And it allows you to enter a different sort of mindset of deeper focus so that you can do it and get on.
indeed, the library has been calling. Much appreciation. I love you so much, and
You as
I love
well.
you, Dante, too. And let's get on with the show.
All right.
Hello, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, welcome, yes.
First, I would like to read Dante's question in the chat. How do you see ET disclosure and contact developing in 2024 across the planet?
There will be more information revealed by different governments about declassifying some of their files about UFOs and about different things that they have discovered. One country will be coming from South America, and there's a slight chance that some European nations also reveal some of this information, but it is more likely that that will happen in the following year. There may be increased sightings. You may see some of them taking place in Mexico and the southwest of the United States, as well as in some other places yet to be revealed. These events will be indicative of an increased awareness of these types of phenomena continuing to occur. While, yes, open contact will continue to take place with more interest being expressed towards the idea of channeling by some.
Mhm. And what other forms of contact will evolve or will be shown?
Ongoing, there will be more of the reveals of information that is already known by different government organizations. And this will continue to increase global interest. Understand that the rate of your interest also impacts the expansion of the open contact platform. So the more that humans consider the idea of contact with extraterrestrials in a positive way and share the relevant information that is released with others to help the collective consciousness become more open and welcoming to this idea, the greater the acceleration of the probability of contact.
Mhm. Okay, one more question, my usual question about the conflict in Ukraine. How do you see the energies will evolve the near future?
There will be continued battles for some time. It is a conflict that is constantly shifting back and forth. So it is hard to exactly say, though we do sense a slightly greater probability of the war ending in a truce with the surrender of Crimea by Ukraine.
Okay, and my another global question is how will the economy be doing next month, this year? Global economy, I mean.
The ongoing trend of rapid yet unrevealed inflation in the United States and Europe will continue. And this will lead to greater social instability within this decade. It it will not be one massive event like you saw in the 1920s stock market collapse, but it will be an ongoing and more quiet sort of implosion that is well underway.
So it will be some sort of soft landing, as they call it.
In a way,
Okay.
it will be softer because it won't be as drastic as a shift, but it will still not be helpful for those who experience it.
Mhm. Okay. And regarding my question last or 2 weeks ago, actually, I would like to know what's the mental reason or mental cause of iron deficiency in the body?
What is the mental reason?
Yes, for iron deficiency.
All right. Being ungrounded, as iron is present in your earth. It is the most abundant mineral in your earth, present in its core. And so the presence of iron in your body is symbolic of being grounded and connected to the earth. And to be ungrounded can also mean to be disconnected from your instinctive nature, from your animal nature. Of course, the idea is certainly not to be ruled by this instinctive nature. Yet, because so many of you have become overly intellectualized and consumed with screens and information, you start to behave as something very different and disconnected from your instinct, from your root and sacral chakras. And so, by abandoning this nature, you disconnect from the earth and this mineral that the earth is so abundant with depletes in your body in some way, partially through decisions you make and partially through an energetic disbalancing effect.
So to be grounded, it means both doing some actions physically or also mentally, right?
Yes. Being grounded has multiple meanings. So to be grounded, as in to have your feet touching the earth, to have your body connected with the earth, much like when an electrical circuitry is grounded, it connects to the earth to allow for a natural discharge to take place. In the same way, your body picks up free radicals and other sorts of charged energies that only leave your body through your connection with the earth. So this is one sense of being grounded. Being grounded also means being grounded in reality. So this is the sense of mentally being on the same page as what is real, what is true, what is agreed upon in by means of logic in your world. This grounds you in the same world as others are, so that you're on the same page, as you say, so that you are meeting others in clear ways. And being grounded then also means, as we've shared briefly, opening with the root chakra and the sacral chakra, the chakras that connect you to the earth so that your body can discharge, so that you're in touch with this instinctive nature. And you do this by learning how to be responsive to your impulses and your deeper feelings. This does not mean to act on all of your impulses. That is ungrounding in a different sort of way. The opposite side of the spectrum of the balance we're speaking of here. It means that when you feel something, when your root chakra gets activated, you listen and you respond. When your sacral chakra guides you to desire something, you honor that desire and you realize there's a choice, and you connect this sacral chakra with the other chakras in your body through that logic and reason of the solar plexus, and you measure, does this desire serve a higher purpose? Does this desire help me in a holistic way? And by considering it, you are able to choose what to do with the desire. But when you suppress your desires because of some mental idea that some of them are not good or are somehow sinful or something of that nature, you will block yourself from being connected with the chakras responsible for connecting you to the earth and allowing you to discharge of energies. And also, they help you to take in the flow of the earth energy to be more vital.
And I believe that when following it, or my highest passion, I will be automatically grounded, right?
If you're very clear on what is your highest passion and what is not, then yes. Don't mistake your anxiety for your passion, and you will automatically be grounded.
Yes, I'm getting more and more clarity in this. Okay, thank you very much. And my one more question, if I may.
All right.
I was thinking about what may prevent taking actions, and I only find out that fear is blocking my action to be taken. Do you have any other suggestions what may block or stop the action to be taken?
Fear, yes. Also, actions can be blocked by doubt, which is a fear like energy. Actions can be blocked by uncertainty, by not knowing between what is positive, what is negative, what will help you expand, and what will not. And actions can be blocked by the need. Well, we suppose this is also in the realm of fear, but it might not be exactly what many of you think of when you consider fear. It is the fear of losing other people, as some people might not approve of actions that are true for you. And so you have to be willing to individuate from others, to break from codependent ways of relating, and do what is right for you, regardless of who approves of it or not.
So basically, there are many different colors of fear that is basically blocking the action. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks to you as well.
Hi, Pleiadian Council.
Oh, welcome.
Hi, I would love your feedback on the concept that is called something for nothing. And the reason I ask is that I've seen a lot of people sort of criticize the younger generation for a lot of entitlements. And I've also seen in spiritual circles that some people say that, well, we all have innate worth, so we should just be entitled to abundance. And then there's people who say that, well, we have to always over deliver value in order to gain something back. So I'd really love to hear what your thoughts are on that concept of something for nothing.
In a sense, it is the gift of abundance in your world. Why do fruits and vegetables grow freely? Of course, in order to have the abundance, you have to put in the work, as in before times of agriculture, food was more scarce. But all you had to do was arrange the farm in the way that was sustainable. And all of a sudden, abundance was the natural birthright. And so, in that sense, the earth gives you abundance, but in order to have enough, you have to manage the energy in the right way, using your time, using your life force in order to do so. But the gift returns on to you. In that sense, yes, of course, everything in this world takes a degree of effort. And this does not deny that you have innate worth and innate value. And this understanding is to point out that deep within all of you, there are gifts and there are talents that you can share with the world, and that you are worthy of love and abundance for that which you can share. It is not just some who are talented. Everyone has a particular talent and a particular way of using that talent that excites them, that can be their way of achieving abundance. Because your world has evolved in a huge way since the times of the beginning of agriculture. And now there is actually more than enough. The issue is that many seek to hoard wealth. And those who cling to these ideas that one should not feel entitled in a world that is far different than it was 100 years ago, and certainly very different from how the world was 1,000 years ago, needs to, in a sense, get with the times, because the world as it is today is led by those who use spells of illusion and manipulation. And it is time for people in general to recognize that the amount of energy that they are expected to output for what they get in return is not adding up, and especially in the majority of the world that is not as blessed or privileged. It absolutely does not add up. And knowing your innate worth means knowing that that needs to change. So, yes, you must earn and you must work to some extent. You cannot simply sit around and say, I am perfectly valuable. It means that your value creates the abundance by allowing you to find those valuable talents and work in ways that are exciting for you. Work in this sense only means expending your energy. Yes. And this is not something to dread, but unfortunately, your world has created many forms of work that are not exciting. And the idea of shifting this entire world into a new way of being involves, yes, creating a world where everybody is able to do the deepest calling of their heart and earn abundance through that. But much has to change in your world for that to be possible. It will be made possible by those of you choosing to do that regardless of how challenging it may or may not be in the here and now. And yes, standing for a new type of world.
Wow, well, what a prolific answer. I'm going to listen to that again and again. One follow-up thing is that I've seen a lot of people be concerned about that what they feel is their gift can be or cannot live up to the standard of what AI can do. So, for example, whether it be somebody who writes songs or paints or does any type of writing, that a lot of people are concerned that they're going to be, superseded by what AI can do. What's your response or feedback on that?
AI has no originality in its current design. AI replicates. And if humans' best artistry is simply replicating, then you're correct. No one is going to be better than replicating other people's work than AI will be. But if you want to create something more original, then there will always be value in the human power of creation. In a sense, it is true. There's no such thing as an original idea because you're all inspired by the information and the content that you've already taken in. Yet you can put it out into the world in a far more original way than these artificial intelligence devices can.
All right, thank you so much. That's brilliant.
Yes. We would also say that AI has yet to understand the depth and complexity of the human experience. And so your ability to create empathy and rather your ability to create through your lived experience of empathy and your lived human experience is always going to lead to something better than something created by a machine that does not fully understand. You will find it very difficult for AI to create a movie, a book, or a YouTube video even that is nearly as exciting as one that a human can create. And thus, AI is helpful in your evolution in the sense that now you are being required to find deeper levels of humanness in your own creations so as to create something better than what a machine can create. If you are fearing that a machine can do something better than you, does that not also mean that you have become in a way machine-like? That ought to be your bigger question and concern.
So cool. Thanks again.
Yeah, so thanks to you as well. And for those who are interested in these types of ideas, we encourage you to check out the book that the channel created through the sessions we've done together, Channeling Your Innate Value, as it explores these ideas and many other related ideas in great depth. All right, somebody else have a question at this time?
Got a question.
All right, welcome.
I find myself in conversation with a lot of people and also coming up a lot of myself. I'm curious about ways to navigate feelings of guilt around privilege and opportunity when it comes to coming from like a country like the US and a situation that where I'm at now, I have the opportunity to travel and have flexibility and have levels of income and things that feel a lot higher than most other humans are experiencing right now. Um, and feeling kind of just, I feel like I'm sort of just ignoring it right now. As I'm making plans or feeling into things that excite me, it feels very present, this sort of guilt, but not really being sure how to work through it.
What do you suppose is beneath the feeling of guilt?
I guess what comes up for me now is maybe a fear of judgment.
Yes, that is a very good answer because that the way that guilt is essentially used. Judgment is a way to elicit this feeling of guilt that brings others to comply with certain ideas and behavior. So, what we would say is guilt itself is often a cover emotion. The same is true about shame. Guilt and shame have a positive use and a positive occurrence. When you do something that causes harm to others, to yourself, this emotion arises so that you can return into the state of equilibrium and right relation. So if you're feeling guilt, it's important to ask the question, what have I done wrong? And if you have not done anything wrong, there's no reason to feel the guilt. So look a bit deeper. Beneath it, a fear of judgment. But others will have different responses to as to why they feel guilty. it takes a certain level of self-inquiry to be able to even find an answer. And this is akin to many sorts of things that people feel guilty about now in your modern world, that there is this sort of intention to influence the collective consciousness in a way so as to imprint this feeling as people who feel guilty as if they are part of the problem will not actually hold those who are responsible accountable. And another example is the idea of the personal carbon footprint, which was launched in advertising campaigns funded by the biggest producers of oil. We can't yet pinpoint who and how this idea of being guilty about your privilege became so commonplace. But absolutely, elite forces were involved in making or bringing people to think this way. Because when the masses feel like they don't deserve their own privilege, they will not be as powerful in challenging the system that creates inequality, unless you yourself are directly responsible for creating the inequality. It follows that it absolutely isn't your fault, and there's no reason to feel guilty. And then beneath the other emotions, there's deeper digging that could be done. But how does that resonate with you?
So profoundly helpful. Thank you so much.
Yes. We would say also explore beneath that level of fear, as fear can be a way of dealing with many other feelings. Sometimes these feelings are anger, sometimes they are helplessness, sometimes they are a sense of loss of self or even sadness. As many of these feelings of that are beneath the fear are feared because they make you feel as if you don't have control. And your whole world is orchestrated by controlling beings who want, or who rather influence the masses to attempt to control and micromanage, as in doing so, they miss out on the big picture. So explore what is beneath all of these feelings and recognize again. We'll say it again because sometimes many people need to hear it multiple times. If you're not the one responsible for creating, there's no reason to feel guilty. Gap with so many other things like racism, like climate change, like this and that. Ways that you are taught to think that you are doing something wrong when all you are doing is living the life that you were born into. And others have created these systems, and your compliance and your resignation creates the perpetuation of the systems. So another way that we might encourage others to break free and step into a level of empowerment is, instead of comparing yourself to the least privileged, compare yourself to the most privileged, and consider that you are closer to the least privileged than you are to the most privileged. This will be true for the most of you, because after all, a billion is 100 times of a million. Just think of that.
Wow. Thank you so much. So much.
Oh, thanks. You as well. Does anybody else have a question at this time?
Would like to have one more question, if I may.
All right.
I'm just curious about how would you define urgency? Because many
You
times
need to do
we,
something immediately.
yes, and many times we prefer to solve urgent tasks or urgent topics first.
Yes.
So, and my dilemma usually is what has the highest urgency?
Yes.
So,
But
where to put the highest urgency?
setting yourself up for failure, because urgency, the concept of it alone, creates a fight or flight state in your nervous system. So you have to redefine urgent to important, as nothing is ultimately that urgent. Urgent is life or death. Important is many things, and most things that you do are important, otherwise you would not do them. It's just a matter of how important they are. But when you live under the assumption that things are urgent, you will not be able to find that state of emotional equilibrium.
And of course, making my passion the highest importance is the key, right?
Well, and we will also say that if your passion is playing music and you dedicate all of your time to playing music at the expense of eating and sleeping, you will probably die. So everything that allows you to continue to do what you're passionate about is also part of your passion. And if you're creating music on electronic devices, it would also follow that paying your electric bill is required for you to follow your excitement. So all of the things that allow you to pay your electric bill are also an aspect of your excitement. But the issue is that many of you fall into reductionist ways of seeing things, and this causes you to consider that my passion is only this one thing. And this is why we encourage you to go beyond your 3D linear construction of time to consider the larger timeline that is involved in all of the things you're passionate about, so that in the moment you're doing things that seem mundane, you recognize and realize in a deep way that this mundane thing is required so that I can do what I'm passionate about, and therefore you become more passionate about doing the mundane things.
Yes, that is clear to me. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, and thanks to you as well.
Oh, there's some question in the chat.
All right. You may read them if you wish.
Yes, Kim is asking, a psychic told me that if I leave the book I studied that day next to my bed while while I sleep, my understanding, memorization, and learning will be very fast. How helpful is this method for studying electricity? There are too many electrical formulas to memorize.
It can certainly help you. For this sort of permission slips, you may also deepen into your belief that you can absorb this knowledge in this way. However, doing this does not completely replace the idea of reading the book and studying it, but it can deepen in your ability to learn things faster.
And there's some question in the YouTube chat, but I cannot like.
We also wish to say we made a mistake with our math earlier, that a billion is 1,000 times 1 million. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, Sean is asking, hi, what effect will it have on me if I place gold and silver near my body when I'm awake or under my bed when I sleep?
Silver has a balancing effect on your heart, your electromagnetic field. It allows you to relax deeper and brings a soft, nurturing quality into your being. Gold strengthens your mind and it can enhance your spirituality. It also has the potential to support deeper digestion. Placing it beneath your bed can be helpful. Wearing it against your skin is also helpful. Remember that permission slips of this nature can increase the propensity for healing and balance, but you still have to do your own inner and outer balancing of your emotions and your frequencies in order for it to come into being.
An additional question from Sean is, what is the difference in the effects of gold and silver when placed close to the human body?
Below,
Close to human body.
close.
Maybe he means when it is wear on the body, maybe.
Right. The effect will be much stronger when it is touching your skin, but there is some effect that can take place even by having it near to your body.
Okay, and last question from YouTube. Ayahuasca is illegal in my country. are there any supplements or nutritional supplements that promote DMT for spiritual experiences that can replace this? Thank you.
Yes, one is known as Syrian rue. It is quite potent and intense. It can also be combined with other DMT containing plants that are not illegal. Some of the lesser commonly used plants are legal in many places. And while they are more to extract, it is nonetheless possible to have experiences with them.
Just to be
Allie has their
complete.
hand up.
Okay, please continue.
Go for it, Allie.
Excuse me, do you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Sorry, thank you. First of all, that is the last free session, so I would like to thank all of you and Dante for all what you have done. Thank you so much. It's very difficult to find very good quality channelers and to find guidance, so I thank you very much for what you did, okay?
Oh, I thanks you as well, yes.
Yes, I have few questions. I don't know if you can answer health question. Are you all
Perhaps.
right? Okay, let me ask and we will see. I have a space hurting me in my breast area, and I don't know. I think it's not cancer. But I think it's my fear making me thinking it's a cancer, but I don't think is it. Do you see some cancerous something inside my body? Please.
There's a growth. We don't think it is cancer either, but we also cannot give that definitive conclusions, and we would encourage you to see a doctor about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I have asked other beings like you, and they said it was a lack of breath and of breathing, and it was an inflammation because I don't breathe very well, and my fear and lower vibration will thinking, oh, it's cancer, but I think it's not cancer. It's I because even if we try to check with doctors, it's difficult to find good doctors. So you're, I will try to.
Pain and discomfort, and it concerns you, you ought to see a doctor.
Okay. Yes, I think you are right.
Though absolutely, if you are not breathing well, this will cause inflammation and add to these sorts of problems in your body.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Some people they use a Bluetooth casque, the casque, a musical casque. That means it's do you understand what I mean?
Bluetooth what?
Bluetooth earphone.
Oh, yes.
I would like to know if this technology gives cancer to the brain.
The electromagnetic effect of it can influence sensitive people. It is not definitively giving you cancer, but it does have an effect on your brain.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's very interesting. Last question, if I may. Does my higher self see me finding a job?
Yes,
Soon?
Perhaps. It depends on the correct timing, and it also depends on your persistence without insistence.
That is complicated, but I will try to not have persistence. But it's difficult to let go. But I will try. Thank you so much. I will never thank you enough. Okay, and I say to you bye bye.
Oh, we will see you when we see you. Our great thanks and appreciation to you as well. Does anybody else have a question at this time?
May I ask a follow-up question, please? Thank you. You mentioned that I may be carrying some sadness in my large intestine. And I wonder if having a good cry and keeping my diet good will
Yes,
help
that
with
will help.
Okay. Thank you.
Allow yourself to feel deeply, allow yourself to get in touch with your desires and with perhaps unfulfilled desires. This can help you release and let go. And know also that you may be able to get things that you have thought will never come to you. But in order to get them, you have to open to feel the sadness that's in the way first.
Yes, understood. Beautiful. Many thanks. And we'll be seeing
Oh,
you.
thanks to you as well. We would encourage you as well to include more fermented foods in your diet. This will support the greater digestion.
Yes, Dante has got me on sauerkraut, which I eat fairly regularly and I love. So yes, thank you for encouraging that.
Thanks to you as well.
Regarding health, can I say something?
Is it a question?
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Since thank you so much. Since I am eating vegetable, I develop an incapacity of digesting because each time I eat some vegetable, I don't digest. I have pain. So how it's happened? Why it's happened?
Are you cooking the vegetables?
Yes. Is
And
it
what
because
sorts
of
of
stress?
vegetables? Your body is readjusting, might take some time. Every type of food requires different digestive enzymes. So if there's something that you haven't eaten for a while and you introduce it to your diet, your body might not recognize it at first, and it will take time before you can digest it well.
Okay, I am always on diet, so I used to eat vegetable. I don't know why now I cannot digest. I have those problems. Maybe it's because of stress. Maybe it's because of medication. I don't know why it's making me pain. I don't understand what causes.
Alcohol or coffee?
Coffee, yes,
How many cups?
too much.
This is part of the problem, and we would
Okay,
suggest that you switch to black or green tea.
okay, okay.
This
Thank
is
you.
also causing stress.
Yes, Yes. Okay, I will do the
So
black mash.
having black or green tea and doing practices to breathe deeper will support your digestion. You may also want to incorporate ginger and turmeric into your food, and also some fermented foods are always encouraged, like sauerkraut, kimchi, or a kombucha.
Okay, I will take note of this. It's very interesting. Last question, if I may. Does my higher self have a message for regarding my home and work situation or something?
Continue. Continue to do what you're doing. And as you release the stress at the right time, in the right moment, you will find what you're looking for.
Okay, many kisses. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
You as well. Will that be all? All right, then we thank you very much for co-creating this interaction with us. This moment of your time, it has been a gift, it has been an honor, and a blessing for us to be able to interact and get to experience your reality. We hope you have enjoyed it just as much as well. We wish you a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you fairly soon. And as always, we and your other guides are always here in the ever-present now moment. Should you reach out to us and invite us in. All right, everybody.
Thank you, Dante.
Wow,
Thank you.
monumental day. Wow.
Monumental. Why
And
do you
that you're
say so?
closing one chapter and opening another with respect to
Oh,
this
yeah.
format.
Yeah. I mean, I really appreciated having just the open sessions where many people can join. And also, I think that it's going to allow for something new to be birthed.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of times when the sessions have happened and only one person donated, and it's a pretty exhausting process for me, and I feel a lot better in it when it's really appreciated. And as well, when I notice from experience doing workshops as well, when people give from their own energy, then what they receive, they take a lot more seriously, and it leaves a bigger impact than if it's something that's given freely. So,
Indeed. I agree with you.
yeah. On that note, just sharing one more time the website, DanteStarshine.com. What I didn't mention is that on this front page, here you can sign up for the email list, enter your email there. It'll actually send you a link with some video that from a long time ago, because I need to update the email list function. But there's a bonus video included when you sign up anyway. And oh, the wrong button. I always press the wrong button.
Oh, that's me, Dante.
I'm allowed to press the wrong button too. So the email list,
I thought I was the queen of that.
when we start the streams again, you'll get an email. It'll also be posted to social media. And to get the full information on the Pleiadians' message and everything that they speak about, this is the guidebook to Living Love on Earth. Highly recommend checking this book out. There's another book that was recently released. I have yet to put it on the website. As you see, I'm behind on too many things. and channeling and healing sessions are available. I'll be back next week. I also do astrology readings. The channeling course is almost full. We are waiting for some more people to join, and then that will be launching again. So if you're interested in that, learning how to channel and do intuitive readings for people, check that out. And this gives you the calendar to book a session. And here are also ways that you can donate to support the session, and I'll put my PayPal also in the Zoom room. So thanks so much for supporting, as we have been doing it for free for a while, and you can still always join and watch, and we'll find ways to make the content even better and more brilliant in the almost a new year. It feels like it's going to be a new year because I'm going into meditation retreat soon.
Sounds wonderful and challenging.
I know, it's going to be both.
Can't wait to hear about it. I'm sure you'll get a lot out of it as you for everything you need out of it. I wish for the most benevolent outcome for you to get everything that you need out of this retreat.
Thank you. I hope so too. Let's see. It's going to be interesting.
Was it in the
Oh,
mountains?
no, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm staying even where I'm living. I just have to walk there. I'm
Oh,
going to be
that's
driving.
nice.
Yeah.
How long are you staying in retreat?
10 days.
Oh,
Silent meditation.
okay.
Never
Uh,
done it before.
okay. Yes. Okay. Do so. Only a curiosity, a question. Have you one day tried to channel Bashar?
No, I haven't tried to channel Bashar, but I've heard Bashar, like messages from Bashar telepathically, and I've met Essassani guides, but yeah.
Assassania are cool and humoristic, but sometime when I saw his picture, I think if the material themselves, I will be really afraid. But they are so much funny. I don't understand.
Yeah, they can be quite funny sometimes.
Yes, yes. I I hope maybe one day we will meet. I don't know if we will maybe meet them in flesh, but I hope I will not be afraid anymore. Have you? I don't.
Well,
I Yes, you talked about
when we're
the
not afraid anymore, then it will happen.
what?
When we're not afraid anymore, then we will meet them. Our vibration needs to change in order for that meeting to be possible.
I am even not in the good vibration to manifest a job. How will I will manifest it is? I have
Ah,
what?
it's very possible. Maybe you're just not looking for the right job for you. Maybe you need
Yeah.
to find a job that's more exciting for you, and then it'll be vibrationally matching.
Yes. I thought I had maybe an idea. I don't know if an idea of content. Maybe if we have some Pleiadian reference and he share episode of his own life and you write how is a day mundane life of Pleiadian and with drawings like I don't know, maybe he takes his car, maybe he go to groceries.
Maybe their lives are very different. So,
To put in your as content what is look like a Pleiadian day-to-day life.
yeah, I'll think about that. Yeah.
And maybe you can do the family. You can do family, my family number one, it's 3 person, family number 2, it says that name, it's for a person, and you explain how they live, each families.
We'll see. We'll see. Everything's possible.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for the idea. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, bye.
I'm always like, there's some people out there that are very focused on the content specifically about extraterrestrials, and I'm a lot more interested in how they want to change our world, how our world is changing. A lot of what we channel is about that, but I think there's room for things of that nature, and there's actually a podcast that is going to be coming out soon, with somebody that frequents these sessions where they ask some of these more out there multidimensional questions about the Pleiadians and other beings in their worlds. So stay tuned for that. You'll get an email about it if you're on the email list when it comes out. It's going to be a podcast series, so it's like a whole other level to the content that will be coming out.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So have a great retreat. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Wish you best luck, and I don't know when I will see you again, but I will try.
Yeah, see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Dante. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here, everybody. And I'll see you on the other side when I'm back. Yeah, I'm a little tired and sleepy right now, so I might not be coming through as clearly, but I appreciate you for joining, and talk to you later. Have a good day.
Bye.